Why can't the men in this city leave me alone?
Nothing,
Need
you
something?
pig-headed oaf.
Yes.
Rather not talk. I have to head back to Cyrodiil soon.
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. Make me an offer, and I just might fight at your side.
Aye, she's by the fire.
Watch your back, friend. Better yet, pay me to do it for you.
I work silver.
Being an
like
apprentice
my
is
father.
great. I
And
get
his
to
father
swing a
before
hammer
him.
at things.
My wife
Don't
Kira
mind
runs
the
our jewelry
yelling.
stall.
He
My
tried
parents
to
are
kill
always
Margaret,
going at each other.
right in front of me. I'm sorry. I don't think I can bear to sell anything right now. What's happening
Need
to
something?
the city?
Until next time.
Drinks here are watered down.
But they're cheap.
Holmes. Finally. Now get lost.
Until next time.
My favorite. Aye, a whole heap. All them women keeping to themselves? Not even for... But they've got a treasure in there. Gold statue size of a child. Who knows what they use it for, but I know what I'll use it for. Tell everyone you see
Now
to
you
bring
just
me
tell me if you need something.
You a fighting gal?
I should remind
How about
Papa
a little
to
bet?
clean this place up.
Oh yeah, pretty little thing. Been sitting by the fire all day. Arnleaf and Sons Trading Company. I'm a porter. Just some muscle hired to move heavy packages. But we don't get any shipments in. Forsworn attack every caravan. So all I do is sit here and drink. I'm drunk, and it's been a while since I had 100 septum says I can take you. That's the spirit. Let's go. How about a septum? Wait, make that 2 septum.
Someone
Here
do
we
something.
go. That's all you got.
My money's on
It's nothing. I'll get you. Was it something I said? I'll get you. Fight back. That's your best, huh? Drive that snow back to the ground. Come on! Everybody pushes me around. Well, no more! Do your worst. Fight back!
Somebody help.
Get him. Kill him.
Wait, I can still fight. No, I can't.
Just don't you stand there and take it? Fight back!
Fair fight. Here you are.
This is the silver blood. In. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
There's no shipments coming in, so I do nothing. Just drink.
Don't mind the yelling. My parents are always going at each other.
Drinks here are watered down.
But they're cheap.
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions.
back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here. Funny. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here. It's an old family, very well respected throughout the Reach. The Silverbloods run nearly all the lands in this hold, as well as the local inn. And of course they own Sidna Mine, the finest prison and source of silver in Skyrim. You want Thonar Silverblood. If you're here to talk politics, though, you'd want his brother, Thongvor. He spends most of his time in Understone Keep. For one, the landowners of the Reach. It goes without saying that they rely heavily on us for our silver and support. All the miners, farmers, and laborers in the Reach get their daily wages through us. Nepos the Nose handles that part of our business. He has a way with the workers. I'm afraid he's asked not to be disturbed. He has important business. Riches are a gate opener around here. Head right in. I have records I need to tend to.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. What did you expect? That no one was going to notice you butting into business that wasn't yours? The guards know who holds the purse strings in this city, and I don't like snoops. Markarth is my city. You have no right looking into my business. Now get out. What? Thongvor may be the... Huh?
I'm getting out of here!
You can't win this!
I'll have your head!
I'm married to Thonar Silverblood. Keep that in mind while you're speaking to me.
There isn't an inch of this building that I haven't cleaned up.
I work for the Silverbloods. Help clean.
Why are you bothering me, kinsman? Then you're talking to the wrong man. You want that elf in the keep, Calcimo. The only thing I'll tell you about Markarth is to stay out of our business. We have enough around here without some outsider causing trouble. I should... But didn't I speak clear enough? Out of my way! Didn't I speak clear enough? Out of my way!
My husband Thonar handles all our family's business. He's an important man.
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. They're crazy. Think they rule the Reach. Well, guess who really runs things around here? Me. I own the mines. I make the coin pass to the right hands. That answer your damn questions. Now get out.
Didn't I speak clear enough? I'll be...
You're as good as dead.
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. The Imperial agent. That's right, I knew. How many dogs is the Empire going to send after me? This is my business. My city. You Empire lovers should... Now get out! What? By the gods!
Bruce, roll!
Oh, is someone there? Now you're mine. My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. Fine. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. Madanach, the king in rags. While we were off fighting the elves in the Great War, Madanach was busy ruling over the Reach. Until Ulfric came and put them down. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. My prison, the source of half the silver in Skyrim, the most secure prison in Tamriel. No one escapes. I thought keeping Madanach down there would keep him under control. You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. You and Madanach are animals. Now get out of my house. Get out of my house. Now.
Out of my way, kin... Bother someone else.
I've worked in the Treasury House for almost 20 years.
Travel southeast and you'll find an orc stronghold. Up around the old Dashnik or Alcor. You lost?
Excuse me. What's your business here? We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send her in.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want? Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired. My king, Madanach, when the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question. My dear girl, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. He is the King in Rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip. He stokes the passions of the downtrodden in this city, directs them to kill the enemies of the Forsworn in our name. All from inside Sidna Mine, a Nord prison. The irony is quite thick. Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the Elves, we had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others. I'm sorry.
I should have come here.
But you're not leaving alive.
Son of...
Damn you!
Bruce, roll! Fools, roll!
Now I remember. You're the new member of the Companions. So you what?
I'm just a servant. Don't pay me any mind.
I work. The Silverbloods help clean.
Is it getting hard? I'm married to Thonar Silverblood. Keep that in mind while you're speaking to me. He's the real head of this family. He may not be the eldest, but all the work that keeps us respected is handled by my Thonar. My dear Vagrant, we're the only family worth knowing in Markarth. We own everything in this city, even the jail. And guess who owns the Silverblood Inn? Not that we named it that. The people just insisted. Yes, I was talking to you anyway.
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. They're crazy. Well, guess who really runs things around here? Me. I own the mines. I make the coin pass to the right. That answer your damn questions. Now get out.
For the Forsworn!
Cleared out, I guess. I'm just... Servant, don't pay me any money. Sometimes I hear Ingvar singing in his room. He's actually quite good.
My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. No, you're not. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanak brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanak are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house!
Need something?
We warned you, but you had to just go and cause trouble. Now we have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work. Same thing we do with all the other natives who want to change things around here. We had a nice little deal going between Thonar and Madanak until you and Eltris started snooping around. Well, you wanted to find the man responsible for those killings. You'll have plenty of time with the King in rags when you're in Sidna Mine. You'll never leave Markarth.
Fools! Run!
Not quite good enough.
Halt! You're under arrest for murder and conspiracy against the city of Markarth. You aren't fooling me. Trusted witnesses have seen you commit several murders. And there are accounts of your suspicious behavior throughout the city. Now come quietly. It's nothing. Victory is yours. I submit.
Prepare to die.
Boost! Only worse by better.
Cidhna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out. This is a jail, owned by the Silverblood family. We use the prisoners to mine for ore. It's the most secure prison in Skyrim. Throw scum in, close the gates, no one gets out. So unless you're here to dig, you don't belong here. We're not. The Silverbloods pay our wage. Every man here is a trained mercenary.
You mess with the Silverblood family, you end up here.
I'm in charge of the prisoners here.
You mess with the Silverblood family, you end up here.
I've got your back. You lead, I'll follow.
Faismir, you won't leave here.
That the best you can do? Your end draws near. I'll kill you if I have to.
Help someone!
Cidhna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out. Fight well.
I catch you stealing anything, I will break your neck. Keep your hands to yourself. I catch you stealing anything, I will break your neck.
Oh.
I'm in charge of the prisoners here.
I catch you stealing anything, I will break your neck. Lost mistake. Enough!
Find whoever did this. Sidna mines for prisoner scum only. Keep out. No funny business. I'm watching you. You're mine. Enough!
You're under arrest for murder and conspiracy against the city of Markarth. We'll never see the sun again. No one escapes Sidna mine. No one.
What are you in for, new blood? Innocent. So was I, for the first one. The other murders were all me, though. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma. If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanach, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkul the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkul the Beast. Bottles of moon sugar. Khajiit use it as a pick-me-up. Good way to pass the time. Prisoners smuggle the stuff in. Only currency we have down here. They come in here once a week to clean out the bodies, grab any ore we've mined, and beat down the troublemakers. That's the only time when we get food, too. And if there's not enough ore mined up, we don't get any. A Nord nobleman I served was stabbed in the night. Wasn't me, but I knew I'd be blamed. So I ran, joined the Forsworn, started killing, got caught. Now I'm here. Because life was better under the old ways. No Nords and their laws. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in your kinsman's blood. Best you not be there on that day, Nord. Small blade, easy to hide. I mean, sure, you could just swing a pickaxe into someone's face, but people tend to see that coming. Got a problem with a prisoner? Get a shiv. Here Grisvar has a spare, if you could get him to part with it. Madanach's guard. Big, even for an orc. Heard he ripped a man's arm off and beat him to death with it. He's old-fashioned like that. Mm-hmm. I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn. Ah, you want protection? Maybe you could do something for me first. Duak has a bottle of skooma. Finest distilled moon sugar. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Thank you, friend. Don't worry. I'll have that shiv ready for you. The first time, thieving. The second time, thieving. The third time, thieving. It kinda keeps going like that. First it was 6 months, then a year, then 2 years. Now I'm in for life.
Uh-huh. I was sent here because someone said I was a force. Guards say I murdered someone. I was just sleeping off some meat in my aunt's house. That didn't stop them from arresting me. I didn't even know who they said I killed. A couple of years. I wasn't forsworn when I came, but I joined up when I got in. Easier that way. Good day.
I got locked up one too many times. Now I'm in for life.
What do you want? Have digging to do. I don't want to talk about it. Long enough. All right, then.
I'm innocent. The Nords framed me. I was nowhere near that murder
Jarl
weapon.
decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn.
Other prisoners get suspicious when we talk to each other, so keep it down. I'm a Forsworn. One of our raids went bad and I got captured. Would have been fine dying for the Reach with my kinsmen, but the Silverbloods want their ore mine, so they threw me in here. Whenever I get it... Year 7, I think. Surprised I haven't cut my own throat out by now, but something keeps me going. You give me one more look, and I cut you open. That schooner's mine. Getting the shakes, huh? All right, take it. Old gods keep you. See you.
I got locked up. Here's your shiv. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay? All right, then.
I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was...
The new meat. So soft, tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh? Ah, the gods have a place for killers. You can't carry the burden. You're weak. Murder, banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging. Guards brought me in about 12 years ago. Was running a good group of bandits up until then. But these Forsworn, they're nothing like the men I cobbled together. They're real killers. You want to talk to the king in rags? Fine. But first you gotta pay the toll. How about you get me a shiv? Not that I need one, but it's nice to have one in case I need to do some shaving. All right, head on in, but don't try anything in there. Monarch is smarter than you think. Mm-hmm.
Well, well, look at you. Your kinsmen have turned you into an animal, Nord. A wild beast caged up and left to go mad. So, my fellow beast, what do you want? Answers about the Forsworn? Revenge for trying to have you killed? Do I? What about you? What right did you have to meddle in my affairs? Kill my people? Was it worth it? Your truth? You're one of us now, you see? A slave. The boot of your kinsman stepping on your throat. Maybe if you understood that, I could help you. So many say that, at first, until they realize the truth. If you change your mind, speak to Breg. Tell him I sent you. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is. I had Markarth. My men and I drove the Nords out. We had won. So we thought. Retribution was swift. I was captured, quickly tried, and sentenced to death. But my execution never came. Thonar's Silverblood stopped it. He wanted the Forsworn at his call, that I would point their rage at his enemies and spare his allies. And I have. Humiliating at first, but I knew he would let his guard down eventually, that he would come to trust I was under control. This was our land. We were here first. Then the Nords came and put chains on us, forbid us from worshipping our gods. Some of us refused to bow. We knew the old ways would lead us back to having a kingdom of our own. That is who we are. The Forsworn. Criminals in our own lands, and we will cut a bloody hole into the Reach until we are free. You're back. Have you done what I asked? You're back. Have you done what I asked? Remember, it was the Nords who locked you up. Don't reach for a shiv around me. My story, huh? Everyone in Sidna Mine has a tale. Let's hear yours first. When was the first time you felt chains around your wrists? So you know what it's like to have your life in someone else's hands. Why should they get to decide? Isn't judgment for the gods? Do you have any family? Anyone waiting for you on the outside? I had a daughter once. She'd be 23 this year. Married to some hot-headed silver worker, or maybe on her own, learning the herb trade. The Nords didn't care who was and who wasn't involved in the Forsworn uprising. I had spoken to Madanak once. That was enough. But my little Aethra didn't want to see her papa leave her. She pleaded to the Jarl to take her instead. And after they made me watch as her head rolled off the block, they threw me in here anyway to dig up their silver. Till next time.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn.
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
Be careful! You're back! Yeah, imagine hearing a story like that over and over. Each time a different family, each time a different injustice. Your meddling above ground reminded me of how removed I've been from the struggle. My men and I should be in the hills, fighting. Huh. You know, I'm almost beginning to like you, but you haven't earned your place out of here yet. Have you met Grisvar the Unlucky? He's rightly named, and he's also a thief and a snitch. He's outlived his minor usefulness. Take care of him, and then we can leave Sidna Mine for good. Ah, Bork will muscle one out of you on your way in? Fine. Take this one. Remember, it was the Nords who
I was sent here because someone said I was a Forsworn.
What? No! No, don't kill me! Please! Never should have come here!
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
Do you remember the sun? You finally become one of us. Come with me. I think it's time I announced my plans to you and your new brothers.
What's going on, Madinock? You wouldn't have old Grisvar killed unless you weren't planning on needing him.
My brothers, we have been here long enough. It's time to leave Sydenham and then continue our fight against the Nords. Through this gate. Just beside my quarters is a tunnel. A tunnel that leads right through the old dwarven ruins of Markarth into the city. Well, what do you say, my brothers?
The Reach belongs to the Forsworn!
I say you've earned an early pardon. Let's go. It's a little gift from the dwarves. We have to move. We'll talk more once we see the sky.
Come on, move it. We have Nords to kill.
Glory to the Forsworn!
Can't believe we're finally getting out.
What was that?
Nobody here now. Never should have come here.
You dare challenge me?
Nobody here now.
Must have run off. Oh well, must have run off.
No turning back now.
ready while I have a word with our favorite outsider. I had Kai recover all the things the Nords stole from you. You better get ready before we break out into the city. And take this, it's blessed with the old magics. Something to remember me by. Now, I announce to all of Markarth that I have returned. Don't worry about your name. They'll know who to blame and fear after. It'll take years, but I'll organize the Forsworn again. We'll reclaim our land. Until then, let me offer you a warning. Beware the Forsworn. No. What do you think you're doing? This should be
I'll kill you.
This is your last mistake! Guess it takes care of that. What's the hurry? Here we go! That's the best you can do!
That takes care of that.
Now. Be careful!
Come on, move it. We have Nords to kill.
Madunak, I brought what you asked for.
Good work. Get ready while I have a word with our favorite outsider.
It wasn't easy getting
I had Kai recover all the things the Nords stole from you. You better get ready before we break out into the city. And take this, it's blessed with the old magics. Something to remember me by. Time to see the sky and make it rain. What do you think you're doing?
You can't hide from me.
You'll beg me to kill you before I'm done! I'll make you pay! Is that the best you can do? Give up! You can't win!
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense? Smart woman. Now come along with us. We'll take any...
What's the hurry?
Take the law in Markarth, and it's off to Sidna Mine with you.
My eyes inside Sidna Mine tell me that Madanak is dead. You've done a great service to the Silver Blood family. I've had the Jarl officially pardon you and take care of a few other loose ends. And you've proven that was the best move I could have made. Don't give me that look, you're free to go. Here, how about a little token for your efforts? My family's ring and all the things the guards confiscated from you when you were jailed. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to figure out how we're going to fill our recently emptied mine. I'm a busy man. Half this city works for my family, and I have to keep them in line. Dongvor may be the head. We control. If someone joins the... Every prisoner in the Reach is just another worker for our family.
So Madanak was behind those murders. Gods help us. Go fiddling with any locks around here, we're going to have a real problem.
What do you need?
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee. What do you need?
Forsworn here in the city.
dwarven city underneath the keep.
Who are you to
Shoe
approach the
himself.
Jarl of Markarth?
Best steer clear if you don't want a steam centurion carving you up.
Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words.
Madanak has been found to be the true murderer of Markarth. On behalf of the city, I apologize for your wrongful imprisonment. It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the hold. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started. The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for. When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before we reclaimed it. But the leaders of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills and became the Forsworn. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. I don't know you, and I don't sell what precious property we have to outsiders. But if you're willing to work, and you prove to be reliable, I might deem you worthy to live here. My steward will handle things from there. Are you a sellsword? I don't like your kind. No honor, no loyalty, unreliable. But I can't turn away a potential ally in these times. Let's see if you're better than a common mercenary. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders, hiding out in their blood-soaked camps. Deal with them. We will see.
Keep your eyes open for Forsworn when you're on the roads. As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern.
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward. The Jarl has put out a bounty on Forsworn. Here, take a look at this decree for details. I have letters to read.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandage raid.
You have the honor of addressing a member of the Thalmor. Bask in it. We're the ruling body of the Old Mary Dominion. Saviors of Myr. Victors of the Great War. The Empire exists because we allow it to exist. And I'm here to make sure the Jarl of Markarth remembers that. The Thalmor saved all of Elvenkind during the Oblivion Crisis. We've been watching over our lands for 200 years. We refounded the Old Mary Dominion, an alliance between us and our Bosmer cousins. You might know them from their common name, Wood Elves. We intend to prove the superiority of Myr over man, 1 century at a time. As if this craggy wretch of a city could give birth to a superiorly bred Myr such as myself. No, I'm not from Markarth. I was sent here to lead the Thalmor's interests in this corner of Skyrim. It's my mission to root out all Talos worship in this city. It's a religious matter. The Thormor do not recognize Talos as a god. He was only a man, and does not deserve a place in our pantheon. The Empire has agreed to accept our beliefs, and its citizens have a responsibility to cease their heretical worship. You're awfully inquisitive, aren't you? I like that. Perhaps you'd care to solve a little problem I'm having. Ogmund the Scout. He's old, respected, and I know for a fact that he worships Talos in his home. But the Jarl has been hesitant to call for his arrest. I want you to break into his home and find evidence. Until next time.
Ondolimar is the
Worship of
commander
Talos
the
is
Thalmor.
strictly forbidden.
Don't bother with Tacitus. Useless.
The
Until next
Silverblood
time.
family will be heard. Stay out from...
Let me guess. You need a drink. It's the Silverblood.
I'm Gor's assistant. I help her with the forge.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
I'm going to find whoever did this.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
Outsiders. Jarl is who you want to talk to. Always coined to be made kill. As long as you don't mind going axe to axe with a bunch of Daedra-worshipping savages who practice the dark arts.
Being
Yeah.
Come on in.
Don't
The
mind the
Silverblood
yelling.
Inn has
My
plenty of
parents are
strong
always
drink
going at each
and
other.
clean room.
I work silver, like my father.
You. You aren't with the Forsworn, are you? People say they saw you when the prisoners escaped. So many dead. My daughter Adara is going to be a fine silversmith when she's older.
Forsworn rampaging through the streets, as if business wasn't slow enough. Any aspiring mage would do well to look for the college in Winterhold. Head there, and you'll get what... Although our Jarl's humble wizard might be willing to help you too. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. Degane the Beggar got himself kicked out of the Temple of Dibella. Caused quite the ruckus. Degane the Beggar got himself kicked out of the Temple of Dibella. Caused quite
My
the ruckus.
favorite drink.
Unlike my
Let's
husband
get some
Pepper,
ale is cheaper
I
than
watch
blood
after
in
our
Markarth.
guests.
What
Why
was
can't
that you
the men
said?
in this city leave me alone? I'm just here to clean up.
Pig-headed oaf.
Yes.
There's no shipments coming in, so I do nothing. Just drink.
Need something?
saw you.
I said alms, you backbiter. Give a crippled worker a helping hand. All them women, not, but they've got a treasure. Well, let's not put it like that. Nah, just creep in and have a go at taking it out. I'll be here and pay you half of what my man in Riften You'll be helping out an old beggar, and the divine smile on that sort of thing. How about it? What is there to know? It's in the temple, you bring it out. You bring it to me, I pay you. Now get moving. Bring more gold next time.
You escaped Sidna Mine with Madanach? Everyone in the Warrens has been praising your name.
Drinks here are watered down, but they're cheap.
Just here to drink.
It's about the Hall of the Dead. No, you can't go in there. I can't talk about it. Rest assured, the Jarl hears everyone's concerns. You will be able to visit the dead again soon. All right. I was going to suggest the Jarl hire someone to sort this mess out anyway. We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten. Flesh has been chewed off. Bones were snapped to get at the marrow inside. We haven't caught anyone or anything yet. It's like it knows when I'm there. If you can get to the bottom of this, the priesthood of Arcade will reward you. Take my key, and be careful. New to Skyrim? I was confused at first too. The Nords call their mausoleums the Hall of the Dead. It's where people in the city are buried. Fathers, forefathers, mothers, foremothers. Arcade, one of the 8 divines, god of the cycle of birth and death. It is his shrine people pray to when they visit the hall, that his divinity will watch over their ancestors on the way to the next life. Tread lightly in the hall. You don't know what's in there.
What is it? Dragons?